Okay. Everything's looking good so far. Just taking a look at. Hmm. Everything seems to be operational. Okay. Hello once again, everybody. I am Rick, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. As always, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Rippington on social. And yeah, it has been a while. It's lasted one of these uh, Christmas and the New Year, and I've also just been the weather has just also been hitting me quite a bit, like the heat especially. But yeah, we're back with Vipering. We're still in the Viper Pit. And sorry I had to end the last stream early. I was not expecting maintenance to happen. But either way, I think I might be able to put my voice on a bit of a break here. Because there's gonna be a lot of cutscenes that I had to miss out on. Welcome back. I may congratulate you on Wokomat's victory in the rank of succession. It's my great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn servants. Such a grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued. Please, relax and enjoy your stay. Sometime later. Hmm. Hmm? Oh, can I help you? Surprised to see me? I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? Um, okay. I haven't properly thanked you. For what? That my sister was able to realize her potential is a testament to the quality of her traveling companions. Particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I only did as you might have in my position. My primary business in calling is to deliver a message from Lamati. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. Huh? I can't do that. You didn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamati or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. Hmm. You've become someone irreplaceable to her. As a brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you'll stay by her side. Hmm. Yeah, but I'm not gonna be some sort of paper pusher. And thus it arrived. The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension Ceremony. With no small amount of lag, it
What a
seems.
crowd, as befits the changing of Dawn Servants.
It's starting.
The Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least. People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn Servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph in the City of Gold. My daughter, Wuk-Lamat. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tulihyolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community. for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolol I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because my journey has taught me one thing above all else. Your happiness is my happiness!
The One Piece music.
I say mine, but a Dawn servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Huh?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Yeah.
Even jumping down like... What is she, Luffy?
My father led Tulihyolol to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my one head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn servant with me, Kona!
Ramachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tuli Yolal prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tuli Hyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
Half tense.
Of course you knew. It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
cute there, Kyle. Well, Clamart was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn Servants will be capable of anything. Future of Tuli Yowell is bright indeed. Earlier in Noctel.
Changes in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Development. Oakland has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed. Even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kauna as fellow Dawn Servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kauna completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Wuklamart secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tuli Yowell will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. I'm surprised you could see me at all. What an impressive speech, Dawn Servants. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, we're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamati. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I know it will be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us, but it would be an honor to call you Lamenti. Lamenting. Mine as well. Indeed, consider us your Eorzean cousin, if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. A little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Would you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Valzin? Okay. Wonderful. Come meet me outside the winged walk then. dark and foggy night. Over to the old it's a dark and cloudy night. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Auntie's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Oh, even when Mob Blue should be there. Alright, then get ready for some of my more unorthodox paths. Ah! Ew. Dawn servant Woklamat. Words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought to me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright, then I shall forgo formalities. But I cannot! You are Dawn servant. It's disrespectful to address you without your new title. Dawn servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then, I won't bother anymore. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Woklamat become Dawn servant's cousin. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but the Dawn servant's ascension presents us all with a fine opportunity. We're just trying to convince everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see all of you again. I want to personally thank each of you for your help. Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold were my first true tests of the claimant. So for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you give me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what those two Yolal has to offer. And Zakral, of course. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. To think of no better instructor, I'll be sure to bring Kauna as well. Your duties as Dawn servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ihihana next season. Of course, I will visit. When I've made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sale. I look forward to it. I have been personally attending to your alpaca's care. And we hope to see you at the ranch again. And my fluffy spit-filled friend that Woklamat will visit soon. Damn it, the music is so loud, I'm not sure if anyone can hear me. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh. You haven't seen Fontaine around here, have you? Tall, slim fellow with long pointy ears? I saw a man matching the description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a pair of Yaqui, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone! And the tacos! I am in awe of the size of this lad. Dawn servant, Dawn Servant, well then, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming. I know the journey to Duryalal isn't a short one.
Long road worth the travel to congratulate you, Dawn Servants.
To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow. But we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned.
The High Luminary and I intend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come en masse, we would have been an obstruction.
Nonsense. You're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's.
I'm glad to see you hail in home, Falcon. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you remember. Yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant.
When my journey began, I only thought of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feat of pots, the feat of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was my father's envision. That's what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tuliolo I want for you all. So I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Casablanca and the Yaqui of Chihuahua Saltern. Won't forsake them.
As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chihuahua. To accept your peace.
Key beliefs have stood for a millennium, but not easily shifted. Neither are they immutable.
Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words.
I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been enabled to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy.
Good living is secured. The village overflows with fuel files. Such cooperation between Hillpand and Potsworn is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact.
A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you'll produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Try and find Hanmu Roop.
The Zebral rat? I saw him on the sands below.
The Gleam Sands, thank you.
Enjoy your time in the city.
Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too.
Simmerwer, phone home.
My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wuklamat. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a fine leader of this nation. Mother must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would they'd say it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person. But he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet.
The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good.
I'm sure he'll find his own time. Find it in his own time. Especially if he knows his family is there for him.
That we are.
By the by, have you seen Ketaram anywhere? Tankwa, that is. Ketaram, was it? Wrong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Ramook, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assumed he required time to solve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa, and victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy! Make yourself at home, and come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the winged walk. I have to walk all the way up. Little do I know about Aetherites. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush off on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course. But should you wish it, you'll always have a place here.
That's more like it.
Ah, that's right. This is for you.
Huh?
A permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
Hell, about damn time.
An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no?
I heard trains. Choo-choo.
I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
Right?
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Good question.
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamook, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tulu-Yolal as well.
By all means. Your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
Where else would I be going? That's the plan.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together?
Okay.
The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Okay then. You and me then.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
Likewise. Alright, Arenville, you got the brains, I got the blades.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
Alright. Nerd.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
Damn it, you're embarrassing me. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I could just poop over there. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Saktural. You have your permit, yes? Nice and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me, I'm afraid traveling with our new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. That's right, I forgot Emerville has a bit of sex to him. Meanwhile, in the depths of Sky Deep Cenote. This is the gate to the Golden City. Two decades ago, your father bade me to transcribe a letter to a scholar across this across the salt, petitioning the study of this place. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to steal away forever. Or so we thought until the right's objective became the City of Gold. What do you think that Tanqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping? Had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawn Servant succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne will be no easy task. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There is no need for worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The right, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you were destined to be. It's working! Is some there can hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself! If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then, you are the guardian of this city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Why? The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my whim. As you wish, but in exchange. We are the Burning Legion. This will cost you everything. And from it, you will be a conqueror. Ready to get underway? Then present your travel pass to that guard. Let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. Bridges, after all, is a wonder in its own right. Just hope there's not a sandstorm going on like the last time. This gate is barred to all those save with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. I have permission. Signed by Val Woklamat herself. My apologies, sir. If you would wait here just a moment.
Shall we then?
We shall. Look at the size of that bridge.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatonaton.
Oh, that looks nice.
A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
You see, the last time I got here, it was a big-ass sandstorm that I couldn't see anything. So this is nice.
Home, Yasolani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier.
Railroad?
As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
The mighty Buffa Bison. Or Bisolo. Shotan Ronik? Right, so if one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. If you need two, then you'll have to wait. Ronik have been acting strangely of late. Mostly spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for Renton's proven bothersome work. They're usually so docile. Ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But what's just changed since last I was here? Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. about that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronique that have given us trouble. Other wildlife have shown signs of aggression too. Merchants should be returning soon with one of their beasts. Stick around till they do. I'll see you both on Ronique for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. I'm tempted to say this, but nah, I don't want to sound white. I don't want to sound like a kid more than I already appear. Whoever gets us where we're going faster. Even if you leave now, waiting for the Ronique be faster than walking. And safer besides. We'll be back on the road before you know it. I promise. And there we have it. Right, change of plans. It's a small town nearby. You can pass the time there while waiting. Figured you're heading to Hatsatsuwa and Hatsatsui? And Hatsatsuwi then. I'll have a man bring the Ronique over there. Just man yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? Okay. Once again, the naming is gonna get me. Okay, now it's windy. Cloudy and windy. Last time I was here, it was little more than a camp with a shop or three. Well, would you look at that?
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
Hmm.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the Deputy Chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Estinian! How did he get... How did he get here?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey!
What are you doing, Zekawa? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekawa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd.
You know.
Talk is rife, there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Or at least close to it, yeah.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on.
Aww.
Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it, but they're surprisingly delicious.
Okay.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dust Watch must have their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. The people of Shaloni rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it was encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace be enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. The freedom they have now would be lost under Zoralja's authority. All which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in towns. I think I'd like to think the stableman. I like to think that the stableman has arrived with the Ronick by now. We're going to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Go and find us when you've had your fill. Afraid I take it? Sorry to kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we're gonna lay you list of folks wanting to use our Ronique. Which is why I had to ask you to stop at Shisezawazi Springs. That's fine, of course. But why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Kameka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them up is easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Ready? Let's settle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Shrinks down to my size. This is your first time. Let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shaloni has changed. The town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities for replenished water supplies, travelers turn to Nopla tenders. Not just with the water in their stems, mind. The fruit's also said to be both nutritious and delicious. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with cerulean. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, spreading cautionary tales of people who wander too close. The Wallaki, meanwhile, showed great reverence to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. Good thing for these Ronique. No sooner did we dismount that the next passenger was already on their way. They really are short on Ronique. Now then. This is Shishi Naweze Springs. Perhaps the busiest town here in Shaloni. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change came to Hasetsuwe. Hustawi. The change came to Hustawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Ayate is her name. If she's learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn some coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Blue hair should make her easy to spot. Alright. Blue hair. Yes, I'm it. And who might you be? Yes, my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Ellen... Erinville, yes. Erinville, yes. Man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since we last spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Ayate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Hey. Never thought I'd see the day you traveled with company. You really have grown, Ellen Espia. Is that what they call you here? Alright, I was born Ellen Espia. I've adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before he found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you continue using my chosen name. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It'd be good to see Kakiwa again. She's the finest archer I know. Ellen Espia's mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us to a venerable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. I'm impressed with the bow too, Ayate. Even among the Shotona. Oh, I couldn't compare to Kakiwa, but her skill in arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among the Gould Jaja's traveling companions, after all. Pardon? She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tyrell lit a fire in her. Even after Ellen Espia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Ayate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter. And no matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus that she tasked me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into exploring the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. Mm-hmm. You found it? As part of the rite of succession. I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing! Oh, she'll be great! And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kakiwa. I need help. Hmm? What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Woklamat's nursemaid. Erinville, Alvin. Come any closer, we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Step any further, now. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Go any further, and it's your blood on my blade. Oh yeah? Oh no, they say this is Woklamat's nursemaid. Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. I'm going up to Namika. This lot I leave to you. Right then. Cocky bastard, I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Not before you're left for the buzzards. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Okay. Oh, that's cute. You're both real cute, you know? On wings of Levin we ride. Nope. Done and dusted. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandits managed to get away. I have an idea on where they headed. You said they stole something from you. A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Woklamat. I see. Closest you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? The right of succession ended and Woklamat crowned the next Dawn Servant. She is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much in my plans to return home to Yasselani. She gave me the bracelet and I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know. Everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me. I have the vow of resolve. Now it's gone. I would have let them every coin into my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. We're getting that bracelet back. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. What do you mean? I can assure you no harm will come to us. Thousand will make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal. It would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well. Be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wook Lamont put such faith in both of you. Before anything else, let's see her practice just as Wesley Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Ariete there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Anvil told me what happened. And you didn't worry about Namika. Those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her. Those bandits wouldn't even care even if they knew. Makes me sick. At least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for those bandits, as this involves a gift from Wook Lamont, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dust Watch. Well now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong, are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. You saved a star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk of some unsavory types coming and going from Tontanyawi to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is a big business, no one wants to waste their time picking up dried up veins there. So it's a perfect place for bandits. Not to mention the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. No, not yet. It'd be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain. If you've no objections. Sure. Right then, let's be off. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dust Watch not have noticed by now? A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings? Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go in to have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Here to the wall. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. No, we got a boss who can keep the dust watch off our backs. Hey, watch what you say. What's gonna way of carrying secrets of wrong ears? Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sated souls was running our crew? Oh, that drunk bonker story about the gold shitting alpaca, am I right? In here. You'll never find someone as tiny as me. Not when I've also got camouflage. Let me out of here, you bastard! Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Come here. I'll get y'all back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. Now, how about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Well, that's a problem. A temporary one at that. Knock, knock. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? It was made by a famous artisan. You idiot! How was supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Oh, please, I'm sorry. Reckon we can find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here, your reward. And don't bring me this kind of grief again. Oh, boss. Thank you. Finished audio? Let's retreat for now. So how do we want to proceed? Were you able to learn anything? The leader is a man of the Dust Watch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zekoa? That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? You say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture. Peter's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Hatsetui and Hastawi, but we also know how he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Oh my god, this name! Well, what's in Yawatsa? Meet me there and I'll explain everything. These names are just as bothersome as Dragonborn names in D&D. Like, you want some syllables with that? If we're to retrieve the bracelets without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Heya, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's a breeding season, you see. The males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles the scent when burned. We can then lure the Hehekwokia into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they're content with our flying friends, you can search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask you to collect the excrement. When we see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. Before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plant we require. Here, take this pouch. See it filled, and I'll handle the rest. Great. We're collecting poop again. Hooray! Oh great, we're collecting pterodactyl shit. Finished already, are we? Alright. Here's your shit. Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the PCs with tumbleclaw fibers, dried tender roots, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tontanyawi. Tontanyawi. Everything is ready? Time to set our plan into motion. Let's hit him with the good shit. A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. Yeah, Siwa, Heya, will come soon after. Fire in the shithole. And look at that. What's that smell? Ugh, that reeks. What did you put in that fire? Wasn't me. I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Ah, douchebag supreme. Huh? Boss, over there. Here they come. Huh? What in the world? Da 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 Run for your lives! This is better than I'd hoped. The smoke's what drew me here. I swear when I find out who did this. Their friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the blurred bracelets. Hmm? Hey! What's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight. We'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. I'll hear you. Hmm? Well, they already saw us. Shit. Who was that? Man, hey, you're gonna help me or what? Bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Man, this was such a fun plan, too. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that. But damn, I didn't think anyone had the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you, eventually. Really? I don't even know who you are. You secret admirers of mine or something? No. I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? One and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief at the Death Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hiding his cash. Reckon he's hiding there now, too. We can go together. I got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right. So, those bandits at Tontonyawi, they're called the Daybreakers. And it was me and my friends that founded that group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies. Workers being exploited by mining concerns. Folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago. And whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. With a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did, every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends. Quikana and Liwan. And we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends were the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was, until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture, then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Yamaka, he's as honest as they come. Stone's keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting, doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out. Not here. I'll be waiting for you at Chesawase Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. This dust storm weather you see here, it was something like this, but even harder to see when I first got here. Good, you're here. This is where he's hiding his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. gonna be high noon soon. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky. I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tuliyola where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he trusts a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the peace. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. Wasn't sure what to make of you at the Hisatui. I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. Vulture's a slippery bastard. We're gonna catch him. We gotta bag him in a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Hisatui. Over to Hisatui would be my deal. But I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. Using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Hute's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign ignorance? Oh, he'll try, and that's when they'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way, he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief won't never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? Not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is how to get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the Vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? As long as we get the bracelet back. Bracelet's really important to you, huh? Don't worry, I'll see you get it back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I will see them done to Yawi. It's best I stay and search the barrels. And you're with me. Tell the Vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You want to buy your friend as much time as possible. Make your way to Hisatui. Once you got the Vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. So I'm stalling for time then. Pardon me. The humor was likely that Chateau was doing. What's his angle? And there's a brat. It's past time I dealt with him. Boop. What's this? An unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you needed the dust watch, sir? Zekawa trying to rob you. You apprehended him? I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. Yeah, my sincerest thanks, sir. What a trouble you to take me to him. Okay, but fair warning, it's quite a ways. Do you think I could be able to pull him here with my size? Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist. Shishineweze Springs is home to a thriving cerulean mine industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Wait, I don't see him. Just a little further. I see. Very well, lead on. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best beware of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on ceruleum, but for you, I'd reckon they make an exception. Good to know. Is this the place then? Sorry, I'm still learning my way around. Is this some sort of joke of all that? Let's keep moving. The trouble he's been putting people through. This is hilarious. Yeah. This better be the place. I wasn't tied around a big rock, but a different rock. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't in the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. The only regrets I'm having is even being within this. The only regrets I'm having is being with you for this long. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw, needles and all, cup chit-chat. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where's Zekawa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it, I've had it with these games. I've had it with you. Hey, we could take you looking for me? Huh? You want to place me under arrest, then you have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey,
that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shisenuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Wahute?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Vahute, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it!
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? Huh. A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Right as the sun rises.
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ah, you're not such a bad guy after all.
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wihute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakawa? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuklamat's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the Vulture.
And there we have it. that ended up being rather more complicated than expected. But all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. And I think that is where we're gonna call it for the time being. Thank you all for tuning in, those who decided to drop on by. I hope to get back on track with this sort of thing. For any more updates on this, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Rippington. And yeah. For now and as always, until next time, folks. See you later, and yippee-ki-yay! Yeet-roar!